And who were you going in and who were you coming out?
I was going in, I was very aware of the reputation of the school.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew that a lot of people were like, oh, can you take it? Can you handle it? And so I was rising to the challenge and I knew I could take it because I'm one of four and I feel like being the third, you've got to be really flexible. You get lots of feedback from the family.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not always the one dishing it out because you're not the eldest. So I feel like I was ready for the feedback. And then I came out like, someone who could give more, because I think my problem was that I was hesitating a lot and that I didn't want to get it wrong, but I was good at being present and open and looking at the audience. But it was more I wasn't very generous. He's like, okay, so you've got our attention. What are you going to do now?
Right.
And I was like, oh, now I have to do something. I just wanted to be perfect, just being in neutral,
Tell me about this idea of right and wrong, because I encounter a lot of students teaching stand-up and teaching improv, and I do a little bit of a sort of intro to clown as part of my stand-up workshop as well. Tell me about how you combat that with your students that you teach when they're going, oh, but what about this thing of like, I want to do this thing right? Because I'll encounter these students who really thrive in hypotheticals. They go, oh, but what if I do this and then this happens? But what if I do that and then that happens? And we're just speaking in a loop of what ifs and maybes.
Yeah.
Have you encountered these moments? How have you combated them?
I did, that happened a lot at the school in France, and he basically couldn't answer anything because until we see it, we don't know if it'll work or if it won't work. Mm-hmm. Like people would say, like, what if I tried it with a hat? And he'd be like, I don't care about your hat. But in terms of here, I feel like, my advice would probably always be just to say, just try that next time, just to follow what you think could be more effective.
I think it all comes down to that phrase of what if I tried it with the hat. I think that's such a beautiful encapsulation of the idea of like, I don't know who could possibly answer that.
Yes.
Who would be in a situation like that? Was like, what if I put a hat on and did it? You're like, actually, now
that you're
everything.
talking about this hat. Was it a black hat? Perfect. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
But never red. Never that red. Would not work.
That wouldn't work.
Because I think, we can see this, and I hope people can see it as well who might be listening to this, who are thinking what if maybes, and I will have one-on-ones with people who are going, oh, I've been sitting on my material for a long time thinking about where to take it and what to do with it. That it is about this idea of what if I put a hat on and did it. Who knows? You do have to just get up and try stuff to get those answers, because people are trying to build this armor, this impervious armor for themselves.
That's a really good
where
point.
If they get all the information from the Hannahs and the Marcels of the world and the Gauliers and the Philip Bergers, that they can go, oh, all right, I've put together this impressive armor set that I can step on stage now and no one will ever hurt me. And how boring will that performance be?
No sword will ever penetrate my shield.